I think that when we're in this life, we have a tremendous tool in our grasp that can help our relationship, that can help our health, that can help us get along with people, and that can help alleviate stress. And that's called our sense of humor and our laughter. So I try to find the funny stories and the funny things and everything. And when your name is Owen, funny things just happen. I want to start with one that happened a long time ago. Brenda and I have been married 42 years. Brenda will tell you, 27 really good ones. But we've been married 42 years, and one of the first places we lived was in Shelbyville, Kentucky. I was editor of a small weekly newspaper, and we went to a small Methodist church, and Ernie was a member. Ernie was a rascal. He said things about people, and he wasn't bad, but he got by with murder because they said, Ernie's a character. So I had lunch with Ernie one time, and I went home and said, honey, I want to be a character. She said, what? I said, I want to be a character. Ernie gets by with murder, and they say he's a character. I want to be a character. She said, no, you want to be rude. And I will not allow it. And so being a smart man, I said, yes, ma'am. About 10 years ago, our youngest son, Parker, called me up and at the end of the conversation said, Dad, you're a character. I will share why. Based on this right here, bow tie. First of all, I had lived 35 years in the corporate life, wore the corporate uniform, wore the corporate ties, and when I went into business for myself, I thought, I'm going to wear what I want to, hence the bow tie. Parker had graduated from the University of South Carolina, was getting married Debbie, who grew up in Greenville, South Carolina. There are lots of wedding parties and showers being planned. So her family focused all of them one weekend since we lived 8 hours away. So we were going down there. They started on Thursday at noon, and we did not make that. And they ended at Sunday afternoon, and we did make those. And so he called to make sure everything was cool. And in the conversation, before he hung up, I said, honey, when we come down there, I'm going to be making a new fashion statement. He went, oh, goodness. I said, yeah, I'm going to be wearing bow ties to the party. He said, Dad, that is really cool. When did you start wearing bow ties? And I said, do you remember Chuck Patterson? He said, well, of course I remember Mr. Patterson. I said, well, Chuck and Peggy were at a party with us a couple of months ago, and he wore a bow tie, and I thought he looked so cool. I thought, I'm going to start wearing a bow tie too. He said, Dad, if Mr. Patterson jumped off a bridge, would you jump off one too? And I said, well, if he looked good doing it, I might. He said, Dad, you are a character. I said, honey, I have always been a character. You didn't know it. He said, no, Dad, you've always been weird.